So once we had to memorize the derivative formulas, and we accumulated a series of them. I wanted to give some sort of fun programs to try to practice. Do you know them? Do you know them? And here's the derivative formulas. It's just a bingo. And you can have some things, the inverse trig ones are not there at the beginning, but depending on what you've studied. And at first, for review, everything's easy. This goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this, this goes with this. So it's like a built-in review sheet. This is not for cheaters. And then if you say new problem again, this time they're all going to be mixed up. And I say review first. If you want to hit new problem, they'll shuffle. So the derivative of the sine is cosine. And the derivative of f of x is this, the limit. The derivative, I find the derivative and then find its answer. The derivative of x to the n is n. I try to think of the answer first before you go hunting for it. Don't try to guess, because this is really trying to see if you've known them. And you can include inverse trig functions here. I found that some kids complained as they couldn't remember what's positive and what's negative, so towards the end I added this help me practice signs. And here you have the derivative of sine, and I give you the derivative, but with this, just the only difference is the sign. So the derivative of cosecant is minus cosecant cotangent, not positive. So this is just making sure that the signs don't betray you. A lot of times kids would miss a problem and it'd just be their sign. It'd be a shame to miss a problem on the AP test because of a sign. Wouldn't that be sad? So the other thing is I'm trying to teach the kids the rules for the product and quotient rules, and depending on how you were taught them, I made my kids learn it with words. And so the quotient rule is the denominator. The product and quotient rules, the denominator, the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over. I had to stop and think a bit. All over, it's been a year, the denominator squared. If you get it right, they turn yellow. And this is the derivative of the quotient rules, the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, all of the denominator squared. The AP people may ask you this in using a change of letters. You just need to know the pattern and be able to recognize it in any form. The product rule. First, this is the way I taught it to my students. Your teacher probably have a different. First times the derivative of the second plus the second times, oh, I forgot to put times up here. No wonder it didn't turn yellow. I'm sorry, times. See, it's turned yellow. The first times the derivative of the second. It's been a long time. Plus the second. I was wondering why I had so many boxes. Second times the derivative of the first. And it's all turned yellow, so it's right. So you can, and some teachers taught ho-de-hi minus hi-de-ho, and if you choose that, you get different choices. I thought you have to push it this. Ho-de-hi minus hi-de-ho, or low-de-hi minus hi-de, I don't know. Different teachers have some different schemes, and I'm sure that maybe your teacher has their favorite. I stuck with the rules, so the English words, and because I found that helped me. But it would be a good idea for me to do one of these again. The quotient rule. the denominator times the derivative of times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative of the denominator all over the denominator squared. Start. And the product rule. I guess I have the answer down there all the time. Make sure that you get these memorized, though. It's one way or the other. So that even after 20 years or something, they would come back to you after a little bit of refresher. Thanks. Just use this to memorize.